Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Beauty of Boxing podcast. We're here today with Ryan Blue Chip Martin. How are
Yes.
you?
Yes, I'm doing fine. Glad to be on here.
And you're in Nashville, right?
No,
I mean,
actually, I'm in
Tennessee, but
Chattanooga, Tennessee. Actually, so it's about 3 hours from Nashville.
okay. I got the state right. My bad.
Yes,
My bad.
yes,
Okay.
yes. And you all the way in California, so 3 hour difference. But so
Yeah, and it's super hot over here. I don't know what's going on. We're
yeah,
having
it's storming. Like it's been storming for weeks over here. So
really like hot storms or like rain.
uh, yeah, like storm. Yeah.
Right, just rain
Yes,
set.
I was actually in Vegas like last weekend. It was super hot. It was like averaging 117 or something like that. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm from Palm Springs,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's ridiculous there.
yeah.
We're like 126. It's normal, but in LA, I'm mad because LA weather is like it's hot, but it's such a like nasty haze here. The fog. You never get
Yeah,
real sun, even at the
yeah.
beach. You never get real sun. Where I live, you get real sun, like 126. It's nice.
Oh, that's
Good.
good.
It's not except for in the gym because I used to go to the gym at Coach Diaz, Joel Diaz gym there.
What
Oh,
city?
in Indio.
India. Okay.
Hmm.
Nice.
Coach Joel Diaz, he's had a bunch of people there, and I've been since like 2014. I was going to the gym
Yeah,
and taking pictures, and I was there in camp with a bunch of the pros that were there. But let's
nice.
let let's talk about you. I want to. We didn't really introduce you, but I'll go ahead and let you introduce yourself and go ahead and give us your boxing record.
Well, I'm Ryan Blue Chip Martin. My record is 24-2. My losses are to Josh Taylor and Robert Easter. So, um, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee, by way of Akron, Ohio, and man, I've been all over the country. So, you
You
know,
started boxing at a very young age, right?
yes, yeah. Started boxing when I was 8 years old, and in Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is not a big boxing community. But no, I made it one.
That's nice. That's so random. We had a fighter once because I work for a promoter here in Los Angeles,
Hmm.
and we had a fighter come from Tennessee, and they it was a Guatemalan fighter. It was so
Oh,
random. I know it was so random, and he was like, "Oh, there's like a small community like close by Nashville, and it's like Guatemalan. It's like random."
wow,
So
it is random.
it
Yeah,
is, and he's like,
Tennessee. Yeah,
but he told me that it's really, really rare. Like boxing gyms aren't like a big.
yeah. Here in Tennessee, it's just like it's not like when you go to LA or Vegas or Ohio. It's just it's
It,
like Tennessee is like football state. It's a
uh,
football is like religion here.
and it's college places and stuff, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Where I'm from, we it's really, really small. We only have 2 boxing gyms, and they're
Mm.
both really, really popular, but, like, Chocolatito trains
Oh yeah.
Capella.
Yeah.
My nephew, he's a pro also. He's 9-0 and 1.
Okay.
He also trains there. He's my nephew.
Yep. Me and Chocolito, we fought on a few cards together with Tom Loeffler
Yeah.
out of
Mhm.
LA, also with Triple G. So it was LA. LA is like
Oh my gosh, it's I when I moved over here, there's gyms everywhere. There's
yeah,
gyms in
everywhere.
every little tiny city. You can find at least 4 or 5 gyms
You know the
constantly.
Jim, I seen your recent interviews that use that Legends.
Yeah,
That that place is awesome.
I've
Manny's
been.
not there anymore, right?
No, I think they moved Legends Gym to they I don't know if they closed it or they moved it, but Manny's at Knockouts, which is in Norwalk
Yeah.
still. And then the ring they moved it to actually to a gym in Long Beach. I was at
Okay.
Hill Street in
Okay.
Long Beach because the one of the prospects that I was interviewing, his name is Terrell Washington. He's like 4-0,
Yeah.
but he's getting really popular because he's been training sparring with Manny Pacquiao.
Oh,
He's
nice.
got
Yeah. Yeah.
he's really he looks like, if you look at him, he looks like a Spence, like body shape, everything. But they fight very, very different.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna get much out of that, but I mean, it's good for Terrell. He's we're watching out for him and stuff. So
Nice.
it's good for
Nice.
him,
Nice.
but I don't know about Manny. But So yeah, so for you're on your amateur career, because everybody talks about your amateur career every time they bring you up.
Yes.
I also, with your nickname Blue Chip, please tell me that's it is the Vegas thing, right? Or no?
So
I don't know.
actually, I
So
got
my boyfriend told me something different, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm
I got
dumb.
the I got the name from my old manager. He gave it to me when he sent me sparring, and he just said, I'm a can't miss prospect, like you know, like something that's a high stock,
Right, right. That's
and
what they
and,
told me.
and that's how I got the name, and then I just stuck with it, and it just went from there. And for my amateur career, I had 200 and I think 24 amateur fights.
Yeah,
And I had a very good amateur career. Won numerous titles. Fought some of the top competition that's in the top boxing people today, and
yeah. That's what I
you
was looking
know,
at
and
when I
then
was looking at all your
also been
cards.
also being from Tennessee is like, even though I had a good amateur background, it still wasn't compared to the guys that's from like Ohio or DC area or LA. That competition out there was so different. But
Right,
I traveled everywhere, and but it still didn't you know prepare me for the high level tournaments.
right.
Um, but I'm grateful for my amateur career, and I loved it. And I was so close to making 2012 Olympic team.
Yeah,
Losing to Robert Easter. And then I lost to him again in the fucking
I
pros.
know. Oh
Like
my god.
so,
But
but
how do you feel? Do you feel like because you've lost to him in the amateurs and then losing to him in your last this fight this year, do you want to fight him again, or do
yes,
you
I
just like
you know what
redeem yourself?
what I want to talk to Robert about. Hey, let's do a rivalry. Let's fight again. And
Right? Run it back.
actually, me and Robert got a good relationship outside the ring. His dad, they're great people. And when I got the opportunity to fight him, I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like, jump
Why
on it.
wouldn't
Like, even though we have a good relationship, it's a sport, and at the end of the day, I respect him. He respects me, and it's it's just no love lost or nothing
right,
like
right.
that. So
You guys both are athletes about it.
yeah, yeah, it's good. Yeah,
Awesome.
so of course I would love to fight him again. And in the fight, I was so ready for the fight, like to actually fight, not box night. I just wanted to fight.
Hmm.
And like the year before that, like I think 2 years before that, I had a long layoff, so I was just like ready to step up that competition to get back up there to that level. Because
Hmm.
my Josh Taylor fight, I
What
was
year
so
was
in a
that?
bad spot mentally going
What
into that fight.
what year was that Josh Taylor lost?
That was 2019, I believe.
2019.
And the biggest fight of my career, I was just such in a bad spot mentally going to that fight, which we can talk about that. Um,
Yeah, that's one of the hard things that a lot of people, the fans and all the people
yeah,
don't
they don't
understand, that
understand.
y'all
Yeah,
go through. As a fan before, like years ago, before I even got into this, I had no idea. I had no idea what you guys go through.
yeah,
And thank goodness now, like finally, it seems to be coming to light. People are feeling comfortable talking about mental
yeah.
health.
And you know something about that, when it first started coming out about mental health and expressing yourself. When I was going through that phase of my life and my career, getting ready for the Taylor fight, it wasn't acceptable for fighters to come out and talk about mental health
Right.
or whatever's on their mind that's holding them down. They think we are just fucking machines.
Yeah.
Like, we're human. We're
Hmm.
still human. And I wish I could have came out around that time and said something or withdraw myself from that fight or something like that. Now it is acceptable for athletes to express their mental state.
Yeah.
Um, I went through a fucking hard, deep depression, and that was before I even lost. This was when I was 20-0. I was going through a
Yeah.
depression, and it's really hard to talk to somebody about that depression because you never know how they're gonna look at you.
Respond. Yeah.
Like but the close people around my camp was like, "You're mentally weak. You're this. You're that." Like, see, that's what makes
You
fighters.
person.
Yeah, that's what make people not even want to talk to you about their problems.
Yeah,
Like boxing itself was already hard enough, and then
exactly.
and I was training in Big Bear Lake, California, with Ava Sanchez too. So,
Mhm.
if
There's a lot
you
of
ever
big
been up
people
there?
around you.
Have you
Yeah,
been there
yes,
before?
it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful,
but
yes.
it trained up there. I was trained up there for 4 years, and it's so hard
It's hard. Yeah,
mentally and physically.
you're not surrounded by people that you
Yeah,
that, I mean,
exactly.
that care about you, but that's not your family. And
Exactly.
especially, I mean, in a camp with Triple G and everybody that you were in, it's I mean,
Yeah,
you're an elite prospect still. Your
yeah,
losses, no matter what your losses are, I mean, when people look at them, they're like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's not like
Those
okay,
aren't really like those
yeah,
are losses. Those are learning lessons,
yeah.
you know,
So
for you. And
it's actually the only loss I really consider myself is actually Easter,
Easter.
because
Yeah.
Taylor, like, I was so fucked up mentally. Like, physically, I was ready. I was physically ready, but mentally, it just wasn't there at all.
Right. It's hard because there's so many things on the line when you guys get in the ring
Yes,
that you guys have to think about. And you're preparing yourself to fight somebody physically.
yes,
You're preparing yourself mentally. You're trying to prepare yourself mentally, but that's really nothing that there's you don't know what your opponent's going to say. You don't know what your
yeah,
opponent's going to do. You have press conferences, you have press and media,
yes,
you have so many people to answer to, and then so many people depending on you when you make that check,
exactly,
you know?
exactly.
And
And
and people don't realize the pressure that the media, the pressure that fans put on fighters.
yes, like,
It's a big deal.
the criticism that you get,
Yeah.
whether you do good or bad, it's always gonna be some criticism out there
Mm.
that you got to deal with. So you just got to take it on the chin and keep pushing, and that's what it can be joyful. You just can't read all of it.
Yeah, that you really can't. You have to there's some point that you have to like block some stuff
Yeah,
out
yeah, you
and
have
just
to, you
keep
have to.
moving forward because I know I've been in it long enough that I'm like, oh, I have to grow a thick skin and just let it go because
Yes,
it's not
yeah,
worth your energy, and all it's gonna do is make you mad and
yeah.
you that's a
It
bad.
does, it does. But like, you can also take it two different ways. Like, some of the stuff that I heard about myself, it kind of drives me. It kind
Yeah,
of,
prove so you can prove
yeah,
something.
yeah, like, prove people wrong. Because one thing I hate about myself is letting people say I knew I was right.
Right.
I, I
Yeah.
I told you so. Those people. So
Yeah, it makes you want to like that is good. Like it makes you want to be a better fighter. It makes you want to come back stronger. That's what I was talking to some of the fighters about. I think I was talking to Abel Ramos.
oh yeah, yes, yes,
Yeah, and I interviewed him and we were talking and I said the same thing, like, your losses, I'm so happy to see him back in the gym. Like, I mean, 6 months, he was like, I'm ready to fight, let's go. And then he
yeah,
performed wonderfully.
yes,
And I was like, I'm glad because, before taking like 2 years off, that's super hard on a fighter, especially if you're already going through
yeah. So,
the
like, all right,
tape and
so
then
talking about my
that.
layoff, and I can relate that. Talking about my layoff, it was I didn't want the layoff. It was like I had no choice,
Hmm.
and it's hard on the fighter because all we want to do is box and have fun and fight.
Yeah.
And this is something we all did for free at one point of our lives.
Right. Yep.
And I know it's a business and stuff get involved and stuff like that. But when a fighter can't fight for a long period of time, it's like,
Yeah. I can only imagine.
yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Like, so when I
Yeah.
went through that phase of my layoff, all I wanted to do was fight, and I didn't care when or where or how it was gonna happen. I just wanted to get in the ring and do what I fell in love with when I was 8 years old.
Right.
And then the pandemic hit, so it's like, dang, it's another drawback.
Yep.
And when I got the call to fight Easter,
Why
it's
would
in
you
the
say no?
bubble.
Of course.
It's in the bubble. Yeah, it was in the
Ah,
bubble. It was the
yeah.
weirdest thing ever. I would never want to go through that again, fighting in the bubble, because it was like, going into it, I knew it was a real fight, but it was kind of like a sparring. It was so quiet in there.
Yeah, yeah. And you're
We couldn't leave our
alone.
hotel room. It was just like,
Yep.
I want. It made you really enjoy having fans at the venues, because
That's
it
it.
really drives you. It really No, no, no. It doesn't matter if the fans are for you or not. You
You
still
you
the
feel the
energy. Yeah, the
energy.
energy is
Yeah,
there.
you feel the energy. As
And that's
long as
one thing
you're
I miss
there
about fighting
around.
in LA and in the West Coast. The fans, like, they didn't care if you was black,
No.
white, green, orange.
We just want to
They
see a winner. Yeah,
right,
we put
yes.
it in
And
the
that's the
cut. Yeah,
joy of
that's
it.
exactly like that's how.
Right.
I mean, because I'm a promoter. I'm not a promoter. My boss is a promoter, and so we put on fights, and of course, COVID was a freaking
Yeah.
mess. It ruined, totally ruined our plans. We were going to be the first promotion to host the Golden Gloves here in
Okay.
California,
Nice.
and we were gonna like award the winner with like a contract. And so we had it all. We had like 2 days set up. We had like it was a huge event, and then COVID hit because it was April 3rd and 4th.
Yeah.
COVID closed everything down here in LA like March 30th. So
Yeah.
we like canceled that week. We literally held on. We're like, okay, maybe not, maybe not. But no, it closed. I mean, of course it's for the better because LA was wild,
Yeah. Yeah, it
We're
was.
rampant over here with COVID. I got COVID in I think at the end of February. Me and my freaking best friend, of course, we were partying together, and
Yeah.
we got COVID, both of
Yeah.
us. So
Fortunately,
it
I
was
haven't
terrible,
had
but
it at
yeah,
all.
it was bad.
Unfortunately, I don't know how I haven't even got it. I just been living my normal life.
Oh,
The whole year it
I know,
hit.
and you're like going to Vegas too.
Excuse me.
I said, and you went to Vegas, right? Like
Yeah, I
just
went to Vegas.
recently.
Yeah, I went to Vegas recently. I mean, I've been doing everything normally. I just know I don't know. It just I guess it just
I
I'm dodging it. So
I don't I have no idea how we got it, and then, like, I think, like, maybe we got it for about 4 days, both of us, we were
yeah.
sick, and then but she gave it to, like, her sister and her mom and her dad, and, like
Yeah.
yeah, so then
Yeah.
but it was cool because then I didn't have to work for, like, 2 weeks,
Yeah.
so that was cool, and then I got bored, but, um, COVID kinda ruined everybody's year last year, so
Yes, it
I
did.
it's bad, but here in LA, boxing coming back, oh my god, the fans here are wild.
Yes.
We don't really care who is fighting. We
Yeah. You
just
just
want
want
to
to see
see
some
fights.
fights. Yes.
We love it. We like setting fights up is easy. It's not easy. I shouldn't say it's easy because matchmaking here is not easy.
Yeah.
There's just it's plentiful.
Yeah.
It's plentiful, and in our promotion, not only are we trying to like help fighters here in Los Angeles, we want fighters like from other states and
Right.
stuff like that. And so when we're also going to start promoting in Chicago,
Oh,
we
nice.
have
Yeah.
a card
That's
coming up
that's gonna
there.
be a good one. That's gonna be a really good place
We're
to
super
promote.
excited. Yeah, that's our next spot because we during the pandemic we got our promoter license in Florida, but we kind of Florida got wild. Florida
Yeah,
got
Florida.
Florida
That's where I
Florida.
was at
Woo!
the whole pandemic. I was training there in Florida. It was
And you
like
didn't get COVID.
no,
Wow.
but
That's
my
immune.
life is like very self. I'm like I stick to myself. I
Yeah, yeah.
don't. Yeah, I don't go out or do wild things. So like that's why I tell
You're in
people
Vegas.
COVID never really changed my life at all. It was I still do what I do every day. It's me and my
Yeah,
girl and that's it.
you're not out drinking, you're not out
Yeah,
being crazy,
yeah,
partying, you're with your family, you're
yeah.
not no. That's good. That helps a lot, like, also, I'm pretty sure with your mental
Oh
state,
yeah, for sure,
you
for
know?
sure.
And, like, talking about that, I'm glad that fighters are being more open because I know it was hard, back then, that they have, like, come out now, like Sugar Ray Leonard, and Mike Tyson and going through, their depression, their, bouts with addiction, having a lot of problems,
Yeah,
and at least now they're able to talk about it, but for years and years and years, it wasn't okay. It wasn't normal,
yeah,
and, um, I'm sure, like, a lot of fighters feel the same way, you know?
yeah, for sure. And it's
But
gonna. I hope more fighters come out and just express themselves. It ain't you
how
know.
go like advice for fighters coming from your shoes. What would you give them coming into boxing to as as a amateur to a professional?
Just pick your team wisely. The people you have around you. Be careful of that. Because when money get involved, shit changes. And you want people who's gonna be there through ups and downs. the good and bad, and just take your time. This is a
It's a
marathon.
process.
And enjoy your career and enjoy the moments and to have fun. To have fun.
Yeah.
This is something that you did for free for a long time, and now you get to enjoy the real fruits and labor of your hard work as an amateur to the pros. You get to get new fans and just have fun. Really, that's what I tell. Have fun and make sure you watch people around your circle.
And be yourself too,
Yes,
because
be
it's
yourself. Be
hard. It's
authentic.
very, very
Yes,
hard for some of
yes,
these fighters to keep up this image that they've created for
yes, yes,
themselves.
yes. It
And
is.
then they get knocked out, you know? And then it's like, "Ooh, what do we do now? Whoopsie."
Yeah,
You kinda, like, fall off the face of the earth.
yeah.
Yeah, that I'm sure, like, that's a big thing, and I'm really glad that fighters are talking about that 'cause, suicide's, like, a big deal in for me and
Yes.
my son, especially because my husband committed suicide. So, and that was in 2018.
Oh, sorry.
So, it's like it's a big deal for me and my son because we had to go through it. It's not easy for people to talk about this stuff. It's not easy
Yeah.
for people to talk about depression, and I really like me loving boxing, my husband loved boxing. It's a big deal, mental health.
Yes, it
People
is.
don't realize how I mean, I know the physical part is crazy because that's what literally, like, drawed me into it, obviously, like, you guys are freaking fit like crazy, like and you have to be. I mean, there's some fighters in
Yeah.
between that just, like, kinda give up a little, you know? We got a little bit of a crazy one, coming up fighting, how do you feel about the Pacquiao-Spence fight?
Oh, the Pacquiao Spence fight. That is a must see fight. Um, no, I think Spence wins the decision. But
Mhm.
Pacquiao's gonna be very entertaining. Pacquiao's a legend. Like for even Spence to get that fight, it's like it's a win for him.
Always, yeah. Why
Um,
would you not? Why would you not? That's amazing.
yeah, it's just you're fighting a legend, like a living legend, and it could be Pacquiao's last fight.
Right,
And
yeah. I
but I
had,
think I think it I think it's great for boxing because actually it's two actual real fighters fighting each other. It's a big fight.
mhm,
It might be the biggest fight since let's see Mayweather and Pacquiao. Like actual boxing,
the
not
first
not
one. The
not
first one.
boxing, not boxing
Yeah,
MMA. I'm boxing, or maybe what
uh,
it was Wilder and Fury actually.
yeah, that was a big
That's a
one.
huge fight.
Yeah,
So I think it's great, but I think Spence wins decision. I think he's going to learn a lot because I don't think any of his opponents has been anything like Pacquiao. Nobody's like Pacquiao actually, so
yeah.
it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's super exciting. The promoter I work for here in Los Angeles, he's Filipino. So
Nice.
they're Filipino
Oh yeah, so
community, you know. And
yeah,
my roommate, my roommate is actually Manny Pacquiao's first boxing coach in the Philippines. His name is
okay,
Emil Romano,
yeah,
and he was his boxing coach before he came to the United States.
nice. He has to be very proud of Manny his whole
Oh my
career, like
gosh, he is.
his whole
He
not
loves
just
him.
his career, his whole life, like
Mhm.
what he stands for in the Philippines, the stuff that he's done for that community. It's
Yeah,
amazing. Like it's that's what boxing is about. It's about touching people. It's not just about the sport. It's about touching people outside of the ring, changing people's lives, and that's one thing I really love about boxing. It's really the only sport, one of the only sports that you can affect other people in other countries, other part of the world even without them even be having knowledge about boxing
yeah.
or even like boxing because boxing is so related to life.
Mhm.
It's it's out the world.
It's
It's just
easy. It's
everybody can relate to somebody's fighting. Everybody has a different fight in life about something.
something, right? At all times, there's somebody
Yeah.
going through something that they can relate to. And that's one thing that's really, really big that we like here in Los Angeles. I love it because
Yes.
that's why I moved here because the community in boxing, the
Yes.
boxing community, it's like here in Southern California, like I don't even care. People can say whatever they want about me online. Like the boxing community here, I've had like you can see on our box rec, like we've done so many events. I think there's
Yeah.
like 15 under our box rec or our promotion in Philippines, Costa Rica,
Yeah.
Mexico,
Nice.
and the United and here in LA. And
Yeah.
like we want to help everybody. The community here, like I mean, I give the credentials for the press that we have, and like we have
Yeah.
a good relationship. I build a good relationship with the journalists, you know what I mean? And it's strong. It's a strong community here in
Yes.
Los Angeles, and that's one thing that I really want to do, is help the community, keep not only keep our community but keep other people's communities, you
Mhm.
know, because
Yeah.
there's always
Move
something to
on.
thought about. And I love that. I love in boxing, like you said, it's one of the only sports that's it's unregulated in a lot of things. But some of the good things about it is like
Yeah.
sponsorships, is
Yeah.
advertising, and the fact that you can make money these other ways, and that you can help other people, not only your family, because of course that's like
Yeah.
number one
You
for
help other people.
everybody
Yeah.
in the sport.
And
Like I do
you
this
you
for
might
my
not
family,
even know it
you
as
know?
you helping them. You might not even know it,
Exactly.
but you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And one thing, like, it's hard. I know because I know the business side, and like I'm looking at these expense reports, like, oh, that's hard. I don't want to pay him that much.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at these budgets, like, ooh, but like I have to have empathy, and not only the business side, but think about the fighter. Think that's a family. That's
Yeah.
somebody. That's not that they're fans. You have to think about the entire thing, because boxing it's all, it should be, and most of the time it is all about community and
Yes.
helping others. And that's one thing that we're big on too. But what do you think about the Wilder Fury fight, since we kind of jumped on that a little bit? Well, we'll finish the interview up with just
I
a little bit of this.
I've been asked that question so many times. No, more so on the third fight than any the first two fights.
Hmm.
And it's so I'm very friendly with both. And it's just
Oh my god! I mean, it doesn't matter which way you go here, because right now
right.
we're it's like we're on a crazy train right now.
You
It
know,
doesn't matter really.
one thing I don't like that I heard is that if Wilder doesn't win, his career is over with. Like
That's
how?
that's impossible.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
like first of
impossible.
all, it's gonna be a win, it's gonna be a loser.
Mhm.
And it's for the heavyweight championship of the world. Like that's a win. In my book,
That's
that's
a
a
win.
win-win. Like it's a
That's
lot
a
of people like,
win. Yes, you're gonna be blessed at the end of
right.
that
It's
fight,
just
no matter what. And they have so many fans. This is such a big deal
yes.
now. This the traction of this fight
And
has
and
exploded.
I really love the storyline behind the whole this upcoming fight. The
Yeah.
COVID, the Wilder's whole persona has changed so much.
Right. Yes.
It's so much drama
Yes.
behind it. It's like
The
wow,
fans.
you have
Oh,
to
the
watch it.
fans. Oh, the
And
fans
but if I
style.
had to
Yeah.
pick a winner, I had to pick Wilder.
Me too. Okay, don't worry, me too. I'm Team Wilder over here. Don't
I had to pick
I know
Wilder, but I love the style of of
Fury, because he can
the
box.
Gypsy. Yes,
Because he
he's
can.
like
You can't
he's
deny that he can
he,
box. He can
he's
box.
almost 300 pounds and he can box like that.
That's
And
intense. That's insane, right? I know. That's what I was saying about this one kid that's sparring, that Pacquiao. He the reach that he has, the length, the body that he has.
yeah,
It's crazy. I don't see people doing that. That's why I'm
yeah,
watching him, and we're doing interviews and stuff, and he's in the gym with Pacquiao. But
yeah,
like, I mean, the things Fury does. What in the world? How do you
yeah,
carry all that weight? Like,
yeah.
I
I
don't.
got I got two good stories about both of them. So when I was like 15 years old, Wilder's from Alabama, which is really close to me. So he came up and I was sparring, and somehow he got in the ring with me, right? And this is before he was Olympic anything. He was just yeah, average fighter. He hit me one time, and it was so fucking hard. Like my face hurt so bad, even with a jab. And no, like I thought he was way across the ring too. And like he didn't hit me hard. He just kind of put it out there,
It
and it
was
was so hard.
it was a real it was
It's the
it
only
was
time I ever just got out the ring. I just got out the ring and said, no, I can't do that. Like that, it hurt. And then fast forward, when I first met Tyson, I think it was for the first fight. It was for him and Wilder's first fight. He came to Big Bear. He flew on this helicopter to Big
Mhm.
Bear,
Oh.
and he gets off the helicopter in this like real fancy suit. And we go eat at this restaurant called Hacienda. I think it's called Hacienda or something like that. It's up in Big Bear. He came there. We was having dinner.
Yeah.
And I looked at him. I said, that's pretty clean to be up here. Like, what did you plan on doing? He said, well, we're gonna go to some clubs and stuff like that. I said, ain't no club up here. It's like
It's
it's nothing
snow.
up here. I said,
Yeah.
it's no girls or
Trees.
nothing. It's nothing up here. And I don't think he stayed very long. I think he stayed for maybe I think he
That
stayed for
was
like a
it.
week
That
or
that
so.
was like, oh, this is a breaker. The
Yeah,
internet sucks. There's no girls. There's
yeah.
no
And he
bars.
went
I,
down
I
to
mean, there's a
LA.
couple bars, but
Yeah, nothing like what he wanted, nothing that he thought. So
what he was
that's a
interested in.
then over the years I became really friendly with both of them. So they're both very good guys, a good advocate for the sport of boxing.
What real quick, what normally what weight do you like walk around in?
I walk around like 160. Um, right now I'm debating
I'm just
if
kidding.
if I can drop down to 135 to fight at 135 again and then go back
Mhm.
up to 140. So
You
you
d
know,
you're willing to do those things. I mean,
yes,
I can tell because of your career, because, just seeing you, I mean, we know you're really, really dedicated to the sport,
yes,
and that makes me really happy. My favorite fighters are the ones that, like, show the dedication because
yes,
this sport means a lot to me. Like, I love boxing.
yeah.
I know people think it's crazy because 'cause I'm a girl, but I don't care. I don't care what people say. I love boxing. I don't give a fuck what people say. Like, I'm gonna be doing my shit till I die. I don't give a
That's
fuck.
good. Like
Like,
finding real boxing fans is
oh, yeah.
it's
It's rare.
joyful. Like
Mhm.
in my home state of Tennessee, it's like everybody's football, basketball. But when I find a boxing fan here, it's like makes me feel good. It's like
Yeah.
and they actually know me and stuff like that. It's just like wow, like, it's a boxing fan who want to come see me fight here, and that's one of my dreams that I'm actually working on is fighting here in my hometown. And hopefully it happens.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it gets exciting, I can see. I love the fighters that here in LA that get to fight here in their hometown.
Yes,
I feel
it's
like we
amazing.
and I wanna make it like I always try with my fighters, the ones that are fighting on our card,
Yeah,
like, I want them to get such a good experience that they remember that because no matter if they win a championship, they get a
yeah,
belt, they go whatever they go in their career, at least they had that feeling because
yes,
every boxer wants to have that feeling, like,
yes, they
you
do.
wanna feel like you won, like, and I tell them all the time, like, guys, if you don't root for yourself, like, remember nobody else is.
Yeah,
Nobody's gonna root for you like you. Like, you
yeah,
need to remember, like, it's you. It's
yeah,
all you in this game, and everybody else will come. Watch, don't worry. You can
yeah,
take care of everybody else if you take care of
yeah,
yourself. Like, that's it. Because I mean, I have to advise a lot of fighters. We get tons of them, but having to fight in your own, place, I mean, it feels
yeah.
very
It's
nice.
amazing.
What
It's like a feeling that it's gonna live with you forever,
what
forever.
I think I saw a post about like you opening a gym there.
Yes, I'm actually in the talks with a partner with Boxing is Love. Um, my real good friend Jason, who's basically over the Boxing is Love. He's trying to bring Boxing is Love to America. I think he has 4 locations in the Africa region,
Mhm.
which is to help, you know, bring awareness to boxing and help those communities. And that's what I want to do here in my hometown, to help my inner city, help unprivileged communities here. Just
Mhm.
use boxing to bring in and help my community out. And I think it'd be a win-win situation. But most of all, I just want to build my community, and that's something I've been like that for my whole life is helping and giving to others and using my platform to uplift others.
That's good. We're it's really exciting. One of the fighters that fight on our card, his name is Brandon Lynch. I don't know if
Okay.
you know him. He's Eddie Murphy's nephew.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he fought on our boxing card and so he hit with his family, obviously they're well known. We're going to partner with them and we're actually going to put fights on in Jamaica soon.
Oh,
And
that's
and
gonna
there cuz
be big.
there's no boxing there.
Oh,
So,
Nicholas Waters is he gonna be involved? Because
he
I know
pro
he's from Jamaica, right?
I'm pretty sure. We have like I mean there's only like a couple. I think there's a pair of
Yeah,
twins that are popular there
yeah,
that were training for like Olympic stuff. But there's only a couple obviously
Yeah.
boxers from there that have big names. So I'm sure all the ones that they have on there, I think there's like a list of 21 guys that they have already on a
Hey,
list.
that's gonna
But
be that's gonna be
yeah,
nice for the
it's
yes.
and then of course we're hoping once we start in Jamaica, we want to go to Ghana, of course, and then there's the islands of Trinidad,
Yeah.
it's big. It's big, and boxing is a big deal when you really care about the sport, when you really care, when you're not just a fan that you've been watching boxing for like a
Yeah.
year, and you're picking up the Ryan Garcias, and you're picking up
Yeah.
the crazy names, the crazy rollies, stuff like that. That they're not getting the real boxing, the whole picture, I guess you should say.
Yeah, the whole
and,
picture, yeah.
and it's harder for them, I can understand, because fans aren't in the business, they don't see the business side,
Yeah.
and it's a totally different side, moving from a fan point of view to the working side,
Yes.
even getting
Yeah.
paid in the media, than going like me working in a promotion and like
Yeah.
all the back operations of stuff.
Very different. Yes, it is.
Super different. You understand so much different stuff, and your heart grows with empathy, I think,
Yeah.
over the past, especially because of COVID. I mean, we had to cancel, like, I think I had to call like at least 22 different fighters to cancel fights for them during COVID.
Yeah, it's hard, yeah. Because the
Like,
fighter work they working hard for that fight, and it just
we had people move out of state. We had people, like, different partners of ours, different sponsors close their businesses.
yeah.
It was very difficult for a lot of us. So, thank goodness boxing is coming back. We are coming back with boxing here in LA very,
Yeah.
very soon. And
Yeah, hopefully I'm looking forward to come back out to LA. I want to actually move back to LA. It was
so nice.
nothing like it actually. It's
No, I love it. I love
yeah.
it. I don't wanna leave. I love LA.
Yeah.
We had an opportunity, with my promoter, to move to Las Vegas because there's a lot of people that train out there too.
Yeah.
So we had opportunity to do that, and he bought a house out there, and he was gonna buy a different house too. And I was like, you know what? I really want to stay in LA. I know I can tell, like, in Vegas, boxing is a big deal, but it's just like there's nothing like LA. It's
Yeah.
different. It's a different vibe. There's
Yeah.
so much to do. You don't have to worry about other things in life because boxing will fill you up here.
Yeah.
It's enough. I just hope to God there's not another people out there freaking kidding me. I can't do another 2020, man. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous, oh God, it was staying home, being, wearing masks and
Yeah. Yeah.
stuff.
The whole mask thing is
I mean, it's
no.
ridiculous.
It's gonna become normal if we keep it up like this.
Right, right. And we all, I mean, I don't know about people get vaccinated or
Yeah.
not, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
their choice. Just stay safe. That's it. That's all I
Yeah.
ask. Stay
Stay
safe.
safe.
Yeah, don't do anything crazy, people. I think people went a little bit crazy here in LA because, like, Knott's Berry Farm, they had like a drive by. There was like a fire there. It was like, people, calm
Oh.
down. Like, it got a
Yeah.
little wild as soon as things opened up over here.
Yeah.
You know.
That's some wild stuff in
So
LA.
yeah,
You
it's
never know
wild.
what you never know what you see in LA when we turn on the news.
No, no. Some days you feel like, "Where are you? This can't be true." But
Uh,
you learn that after I've been here like almost a year. Yeah, there's nothing that can come at me now.
yeah.
I understand it all. But do you have any plans on fighting soon?
Um, no, I'm actually going back to camp this weekend, back to Tampa, Florida,
Okay.
and you know, I'm fucking ready. I'm like mentally, I'm so happy. I'm so joyful. My spirits are lifted, and I'm just ready to enjoy the sport again and get back out there. You know, at 35 or 40,
Hmm.
um, I just want to get back in the ring and and get back to doing what I love, fighting anybody. I don't give a fuck who I fight.
Yeah.
Um, I just want to fight, and I
Yeah.
hope my manager sees this. Want to
He's like,
fight?
out
Let's do
there.
it. I want to
Do you
fight.
hear me? Do you hear me? SOS, people.
Yes, I want to
Yeah. I
fight.
mean,
More, more, more importantly, besides fighting in my hometown, Chattanooga, Tennessee, I would love to get back out on the West Coast and fight. I have so many fans out there that I made over the years that I was out there fighting on Triple G cars and being a Big Bear, even fighting in Hollywood at the
Right. Avalon.
Avalon, yeah. It was
Hotline
just
with Tom Loeffner. Yeah, I remember.
it's an amazing place. It's just
Like, no
it's
matter where you go in LA, you got fans
yeah,
everywhere.
it's
I
amazing.
mean,
Like,
how on earth did I know about you? You know, I mean, from years of hearing your
yeah,
name in LA and in years of hearing about you,
yeah,
watching your fights here. Like, I mean, I'm from close. I'm 2 hours
yeah,
away, so
yeah.
LA's my
Like
home.
even like I found Palm Springs a few times.
In
At
Indio,
the
remember they have because we started like long time ago, like in I don't know, I started going to the fights in like 2014 in Fantasy Springs Casino
okay,
in
yeah, yeah,
Indio,
Fantasy Springs, yeah.
and then
Fantasy
I think
Springs, actually, yeah. I think I said Palm Springs, right? Fantasy,
yeah,
Springs,
yeah,
Fantasy,
Fantasy.
yeah,
Yeah,
Fantasy Springs,
fantasy, because that's the fights are in
yeah.
Indio. Yeah, and I started going to the fights there. I think it was I don't remember if it was Showtime or HBO, but Golden Boy took
Yeah, I
over. Golden
think
Boy
it was
basically
HBO
took
one,
over,
yeah,
and Golden Boy had all their fights there. But
yeah,
I've seen crazy fights there so much. I mean,
yeah,
like for us, it's like we don't have anything else out there. It's nothing going on.
yeah,
Desert. We're stuck in the
yeah.
middle of death. So
So
the
I'm definitely
fights
looking forward. Hopefully I can fight 2 more times before the year is over with, and get back get back in the mix of things,
mhm.
and make a championship run.
We're really excited. I really really hope not only does your manager hear this, your fans hear this.
Thank
You
you.
know,
Yeah,
everybody really I do like as a fan, as a media person, whatever. I do want to see you back in the ring. You know, we're
thank you,
watching.
thank you.
We do see you still in a high esteem of since you got your
Yeah,
nickname blue chip. It still reigns.
thank you,
Your
thank you.
losses no matter what your losses they don't need they. It's all
Yeah,
right. It's Josh Taylor. What
yeah.
you
Josh Taylor,
mean?
what he's number?
He's
Well, he's
undisputed.
top pound for pound. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he's undisputed right now. He
yeah,
holds all the
yeah,
titles. So I mean, what are you ashamed of? There's nothing,
yeah. I'm not. I'm
And
not.
so
People ask me all the time, like, or how you feel about the losses. I don't mean just.
yeah, because some people
But
take
don't get me wrong, it fucking sucks. But it's not
yeah,
like my life is not over with. Like,
yeah,
first of
yeah.
all,
Your career
boxing is this much of my life. I have a
so
joyful
many
life,
other things. Yeah, there's so
and
many other things. Yeah,
yeah. So a lot of people just put too much on fighters when they lose. It's just
it's a big deal. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's
that's one thing that like in my you'll see in the description box when oh, excuse me. Oh, what the sorry, I was drinking too much. But whoo, in my description box, and when they watch the video, I always put the suicide prevention lines. For anybody, the phone numbers in different languages. There's the website if somebody wants to reach out because I know
yes,
depression isn't only in real life; it's in the ring. It's people go
yeah,
through it. All fighters go through it, just like normal people. So
yeah.
those links are all down below. And thank you, really, really thank you, gracious for you coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And we're gonna keep watching you, keep watching your career because you are a blue chip prospect
Thank you so
and
much.
beyond. You're already over that prospect
Thank you.
stage. I mean, you good, you good. We'll be seeing you, I'm sure.
Yes.
I'm sure we're gonna get you on a cart soon. So I'm
Oh
super
yeah, for sure.
excited.
Got to. Let's
Super.
make it happen. I would love to get back out there on the West Coast and fight. Honestly, I really would. If there's opportunity, I'm jumping on it. So it's to me, it's
Everybody
nothing like
hear that? Everybody hear that?
to me, it's nothing like fighting on the West Coast. So to me, it's nothing like it at all.
Yeah, and we really like appreciate you as
Yeah,
over here. So, but thank you for being on the show, and we'll see you soon. I'm sure we'll be
yeah,
watching your career.
for
And
sure.
any shout outs you want to give? Any sponsors?
Shout
Anybody?
out to my hometown, Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm bringing a fight here. Just give me time, patience, and other than that, I'm going into my next fight with a different mindset. I'm telling you, I'm 100% back to who I was, enjoying the sport and being 100% on my game. So, people gonna see. I'm ready.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being on this show. I
Thank
appreciate
you. I'll talk to
it.
you later.
Bye.
Bye.